We are back again. Simba is my name.
MC Shilenje, hi. Welcome back to yet another good episode for you.
Here's the thing. Can I ask you a question? How many times have we started an introduction where we're talking about Man United, where we're saying they lost again?
Does it interest you?
Yes! Man U loses, I'm happy. We win, I'm happy. But nothing makes me happier than when Arsenal wins and Man U lose.
You balance, huh?
That's it. Everything just gets balanced out really good. But the main question is, are Man United in problems more than they actually recognize, Shilenje?
They look like they're in problems.
No,
but,
no, it's not the proper
They
statement.
look like.
No, but they are in
because
problems.
those are kind of self-inflicted problems, you know. They don't lack anything in their team, so
Are they?
I think they look like they're in problems.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, they're not in problems. If they get a good manager, they're not in problems. But with only this, they look like they're in problems.
Yes. The
Yes.
thing about you keep on saying if they get a good manager.
Yes, they don't have a manager.
But the players that we're going to talk about today are the same players who I think cannot fit for Man United. Okay, let's get into that. But I just want us to break that conversation from where it matters the most. And I disagree with you. I asked you before we came on air today, before we came to record. Are we on air? Oh, before we came to record today, before we came to do this video. Who should take penalties at Manchester United? The loss ratio of Bruno Fernandes is actually minimal compared to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah,
but then
it is so.
Bruno Fernandes lost a penalty at a time when they actually needed to win that game. Because had they scored that, it would have changed issues in that game.
If you look at the stats,
Yeah.
Bruno has scored about 90% of his penalties taken. Cristiano has scored about 86% of his penalties taken. You can argue, yes, Fernandes looks better, has a good penalty ratio. But if you compare the games, Bruno has scored about 40-something penalties compared to Cristiano has 120-something. So overall, Ronaldo has scored many because he has scored so many penalties in many games than Bruno, which gives him the edge over Bruno Fernandes. So if I'm the one, no doubt Cristiano Ronaldo should take the penalties ahead of Bruno Fernandes. It happens in the Portugal national team.
It happens in the Portugal national team, but the specific role for Cristiano when it came to Man United, and I keep on questioning that, and I asked you that, Cristiano Ronaldo's goals were not going to help Man U win the league or any other competition that they're in. So when you have Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes in that game, Shilenje,
who do you give?
You have to give it to Bruno.
No.
There's some...
Lost.
Listen. Bruno Fernandes is a good player. He's
Yeah.
been good for Man United. Before Man United came in, the only penalty taker that Man United had was Bruno Fernandes. So you come in and then you want to change in that game. You can't change in that game.
You have to.
Bruno still has, guess what? Even in the next game, by the way, let me tell you, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer changes the role for Bruno Fernandes from the penalty taker at Man United and then gives it to Cristiano, and I think he's going to do that,
He should do
the
that.
confidence for Bruno Fernandes is going to go down seriously.
should.
Because Bruno needs another penalty. Because what? Cristiano Ronaldo is there for a season or so. And then he will leave. And then after that, what?
He takes over.
Who? Bruno Fernandes?
Bruno, yes.
Now you tell me how the confidence of that player will be when we're taking over. He'll be losing more, actually.
I don't know about that because as a player, he has to pick himself up. But when you have Ronaldo in your team, and even you are the player of Bruno caliber,
Yes.
when you are relieved of your duties for Ronaldo, I mean, you don't need to complain.
My point is this, though.
Yeah,
Point is this.
Yeah.
He's lost one penalty. Is that enough for us to say, no, take out that responsibility from him?
I'm saying that from the point that if you look at the kind of the game they were playing, the level of pressure, Cristiano is no doubt a very experienced player. He's been in that position and even bigger stages than that one. And Bruno, in terms of experience, is yet to be able to stand to the test of high pressure, like of that game. We are in 93rd minute, Old Trafford, all fans, about 70,000 fans. They're yelling for you, they're expecting a goal, and you see it needs a very big character to hold on to that pressure and score that goal. And for me, if at that moment of time, if you compare between the two players, Cristiano scores higher than Bruno, because he's faced so many of those occasions, and he has produced results.
But when you compare Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo, especially when it comes to taking penalties, would you not say that indeed you can just easily substitute? So is it okay for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to say, well, in the next game, well, Bruno takes, maybe in the next game as well, Cristiano, would you have two penalty takers? So now the decision to take that penalty comes from the manager when they actually have that penalty.
It can be so, but at this high level
I like the way you keep
Premier
on,
League,
I like the way you keep on saying high level.
Yeah.
But Bruno Fernandes is actually among the top 5 players that we have in the league right now.
So I'm telling you, at this high level, you need consistency.
Consistency. Bruno Fernandes has been consistent, Shilenje.
Unless Bruno,
he has been consistent.
Yes.
How many?
That's what I'm telling you. Unless the player himself feels that he is not in position to take the penalty, that's when he can pass it to the other. But remember, it doesn't mean that in the United squad, the 11 players, there's nobody else who can score. There are many penalty scorers who can score penalties in there. But there is preference and somebody who can stand up for the team at the right moment of time, especially in such a kind of pressure.
All right, let's talk about...
And you need to agree with me. If Cristiano takes that penalty, it is 1-1.
Had he taken it, it would have been 1-1. But then...
No buts. It's 1-1.
No,
it's 1-1.
Okay, now listen.
Yes or no?
Has Cristiano Ronaldo not lost penalties?
He has lost.
In his career?
He has, yes.
So,
but I'm telling you...
So what changes?
No, you have already agreed it's 1-1.
No, but okay.
Haven't you?
I only agree from this perspective that we already know that Bruno Fernandes actually lost that penalty. So you're saying any other option probably would have gone in. And when it comes to Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe he would have scored, isn't it?
Yes,
but here's the thing. We do not expect for Cristiano Ronaldo to score in every match, do we? Of course, we said no.
Of course, we don't. We don't.
So let's talk about the problems for Manchester United then. Where are their problems? And here's the thing. You've been saying throughout that you think the problem is in the manager. I don't think it is.
It is.
Okay, let's talk about it. Look at who played in the midfield. There was McTominay and Fred.
Yes.
Why do we have McTominay and Fred in that team now?
Who else do you expect to play there? Who else?
But that's what I'm saying. But why do we have those caliber of players at Manchester United then, now?
I don't think it's a question you need to ask, because...
It's a question that we need to ask.
Because the manager found those players in the team. There's no way he can come and clear them out of the team. And they've been performing. It's not like they don't play. They've been performing.
Well, Fred has been useless.
Yes.
Let's just
no. He has been performing.
He's not shown at exactly what he can do.
And something else.
Fred cannot even make it to...
No. You are wrong, Simba.
Selection 4 on player number 4 at Chelsea right now.
No, let me take you back.
Yes.
If you've been watching United games, we have those players that play for the badge, those players that die for the team.
You can play for the badge, but you're not really that good.
No. You need work rate. You need work rate.
Okay, listen.
You need commitment.
It's
you
fine.
need passion for the team.
Totally fine.
Yes.
You can have that work rate, but you're totally the wrong player for that team.
No, you can't say that.
And I think Fred right now, he doesn't meet the qualities to be at Manchester United.
Fred has really improved.
It's improved, but to what level? Okay, to what level?
Really improved.
Yesterday.
And he needs to be in the team.
Yesterday was shit.
No.
When they were playing against Aston Villa,
I think you are too much unfair for Fred.
McTominay was shit.
You're too much unfair to them.
But here's the thing. Manchester United are clicking in certain positions.
Yes.
Number one, their defense is really good. You gotta give it to them. It's really good. On paper, it's really good.
I dispute.
Oh, hold on.
The defense, I dispute.
Luke Shaw is good.
They're yet to click.
Lindelof is good.
They are yet to click.
is good.
They're yet to click.
Maguire is good. Wan-Bissaka is good.
No.
You can't say, well, that these defenders are not good. They're really good.
I'm saying they are good.
Yes.
The only thing that needs to happen, they have not found the right partnership in the defense. Like who and who plays, who and who clicks together, because they've considered in the previous game.
But they have been together for some time. They have been together for some time. It's not like the only new guy they actually have in that defense is Varane.
Yeah.
That's it. So they're good together. Man United, on paper, you look at that defense, it's really good. They understand each other. They play together for some time now. My problem is that, why is their mid? Okay, let's count their mid. Who's going to play? You can't tell me that Fred is a good player for Man United right now to challenge a cup. You can't say that McTominay is a good player for them right now.
What about
you
Matic?
can't tell me Juan Mata and Matic, they've never played. They're not good. Even Solskjaer himself knows that right now, that Matic and Juan Mata are not the players who are going to give me this cup.
No, Simba,
So who is going to complete Manchester
Listen,
United midfield?
You see, in the Manchester United squad, only Matic is the one who has won a Premier League.
Yes.
True or false?
True.
Does he fit or not?
It doesn't fit now.
It does.
Because it doesn't get the playing time that he needs.
What if he's given playing time?
That's it, but he's not seeing it anymore.
So whose problem is that?
Maybe the player.
No.
Maybe he's not kicking out.
No.
in
Given
training.
that the player, we've agreed this player is a Premier League caliber. He has won a Premier League league
Yeah.
with Chelsea.
Yeah.
So, and now he's not playing, he's not given game time. Who's the problem?
I don't want to say the manager anymore. No, Shilenge, I think at this point, we
Yes.
have to look at the individual performance these players put in once they're given that game
And that's
time.
what I've told you.
Matic, he played well.
If you come to individual performance,
Yeah.
I can really single out Fred and McTominay.
That's
They
it,
play for the team.
They play for the
play
team.
for
They're
the
shit
badge.
players. I mean, they can do
Yeah.
nothing.
They play for the badge.
What we have seen so many players like those.
I think
At this level, I like the way you're saying. At this level,
Yeah.
what is needed is more than your heart
Yeah.
for the team.
Yeah.
You need individual brilliance, but they don't have it. Yes, they're good players. They're
They
average.
have.
They're quite average. I don't understand why people aren't saying this. Shilenje, look, Manchester United so far is lost to Young Boys, is lost to Aston Villa, is lost to Westham, drew to Soton. They're playing shit teams. They're not getting those results. I wonder what's going to happen when they play against Chelsea, against Man City, against Liverpool.
No, you
teams are
cannot-
well organized. They're going to lose.
No, you cannot analyze
They're
in
gonna
that
lose
way.
really
You can't
bad.
analyze in that way, and you'll be very shocked that Manchester can produce results against
Shilenje,
Liverpool.
are you a Manchester United fan?
I'm not a Manchester United fan.
Why can't
But
you?
I know
why
how
can't
they
you see
play.
the problems
I
for
know
Manchester
how
United
they
right now?
play, and I've already told you the problem. They don't have a manager.
It's not a manager.
It's a manager.
Do you think one Mata right now could come to that midfield and then you compare one Mata to Conte? You cannot. You can't.
So you
One
want to
Mata
tell
is
you-
finished.
you-
Matic is finished.
What does United lack?
Players. They have the wrong players.
In which positions?
Okay, their defense is good. Their defense is good. Their mid, shit. They're striking. They've got so many players who are playing in the same position, and I don't know what's going to happen when the likes of Rashford come back. And how can I ask
So
you?
they
Sean,
have everything.
Is it that they have everything, but they
Yeah.
don't have the right players in that midfield?
No, they don't have a
That's it.
manager. They don't have a manager. Because Manchester United of previous seasons that have been winning leagues in and out, they never had a strong midfield.
Yeah.
They were basing on their defense in sharp attacking. They never had a good midfield. You can agree with me on that. So it's still the same philosophy that Ferguson had, that Ole is still trying to ride on. Sharp attacking, good defending, they can gamble in the midfield.
Let me ask you whether this is messed up or not. Cavani played, Cristiano played, Greenwood played. 3 players of that caliber
Yeah.
in one team. Is that messed up or is it not messed up, Shilenje? That's messed up. I mean, for any football fan who's looking at that game, you will say, why do you have 3 strikers in one game?
And again,
How do you make a striker effective, Shilenje?
Again, I ask, whose problem is that? That's fielding. Whose problem is that? You need to answer that question. Whose problem is that? He's stuck.
Well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer then has to go.
He's stuck.
It has to go. But if another manager comes in, isn't it?
With the same team,
With the same team.
different results.
But you have the same players.
Trust me,
You have
different-
6 strikers in that
different
team.
results with the same players. If you bring in another manager, experienced manager, trust me, you're going to get different results with the same players.
Let's clear like this then.
Yeah.
Manchester United, are they... And you don't be a Man U fan.
I'm not a fan. I'm not
You're a Chelsea
I'm
fan.
not Man United.
Stick to
fan.
your team.
Yes.
Manchester United, can they win a trophy this season? They don't look...
With the kind of game they're playing,
They can.
no.
They cannot.
If they change, yes.
Answer me this question
They
as
have the
well.
potential.
Answer me this question as well. If you look at the way that they have played against West Ham, against Soton, against Aston Villa, and last week you actually did ask me that question. Shilenje, you were the one who asked me, if they play like this and they meet a very organized team like an Aston Villa who can actually bring the game to you, Chelsea, you beat Aston Villa not because you outsmarted them in the game, no, because you sort of answered their questions correctly. Any question they put to you, you answered it. But they also ask questions of you. You asked that question, you said, can they win against a good team like Aston Villa? So I told you, no. Guess what? You answered yourself. So let me ask you this question. Can they beat a team like Chelsea, a team like Liverpool? Because for you to actually go up there in the top 6, top 4, you got to beat these teams. Can they beat Chelsea and Liverpool right now?
I can analyze it in this way, that if they continue playing this way, they can get a result against a top team, a top 6 team. They can, yes, get a result, a win against City, against Liverpool, against Chelsea. They can get a result because these are kind of teams that play open football. They want to win. But now against the label lower sides, they're going to struggle to break them down, because these are teams that come in to avoid a defeat. They don't care about the result. They just want to avoid a defeat. The likes of Everton, the likes of Burnley, the likes of Brighton. It's going to be very hard for Manchester United to break them down. But with this kind of play, they can match a top 6 side, but they're going to struggle against these other sides. And the sorry state is the smaller teams are so much many than the bigger teams. And when you drop so many points against the low teams, you know where you're going to end up.
Even if you win a big game,
yeah,
it's not going to count.
You know where you're going to end up.
It's not going to count.
Yes.
Anyway, who do they play next? Villarreal.
Yeah, they play Villarreal in
do you think they're going to win?
It's another struggle.
It's another struggle because they've lost 2 defenders as well. Maguire is out, Bissanga is out on suspension, and they also lost, who was that? They lost the defender yesterday again to injury.
Lindelof.
Lindelof as well, isn't it? Yeah. They actually Luke Shaw and Maguire.
Yeah.
Actually, Luke Shaw and Maguire are out.
So
they're the best defenders as well.
It means that they're going to be on pressure, a lot of pressure. Anything can happen in that game.
Anyway, it's not good to be a Manchester United fan right now. So guys, the journey to 200 is on. Please subscribe. We are out.